Good afternoon. So I am going to be doing some little videos on ministering. This is something that I really struggle with. I want to be a good minister. I wake up in the mornings and think, oh, I can do this. I really struggle with it. Sometimes I feel like I'm a bother and I'm imposing. I sometimes feel like I have had companions that I'm more of a project to them instead of a ministering companion. I have some that I even feel like I'm imposing on them to ask, when's a good time to go see our sisters. Sometimes I find it hard to coordinate with the sisters. You can't get one. Sometimes you just have those sisters that don't want you in their home. Whether it's that they just don't like you, or you're imposing, or they just like their privacy. I don't know. I think it's kind of a mixture of a lot of things. So sometimes it's just really hard for me to minister because I don't feel comfortable doing it a lot. So as we've been counseled by the prophet to pray for guidance and to know how we can help them, I do this, and sometimes I think I get that guidance. Sometimes I think I'm not. I know I always get that guidance. I'm not always listening to that guidance. Kind of like the videos it's been over a year I've been prompted to do them, and I'm finally doing them. But it's been a long time that I've been prompted to do them. So here we go. I'm going to share some of the things that I find that help me. I don't know if, they help me. I don't know if I'm exactly hearing right, but I'm hoping that I'm listening right. For instance, when I'm scrolling through, me and my kids like to watch funny videos on TikTok and the reels on Facebook, or my family will send cute little funny ones. And sometimes when you're scrolling through those, you'll come upon ones from the church, little shorts from the prophet's talk or Elder Bednar's talk, or, just little things like that. And so if one of those hits me, really touches me, I will share it with my sisters sometimes. Sometimes I'll share it with sisters that I'm not even ministering to because their name came to my mind. And so I will share those. Sometimes I do need to get better at it than I am, but I do try to share in randomly. Then also sometimes when I'm reading something and it just really sticks out to me, a quote or a scripture, I'll share those with them. Also, and I know there's all different kinds of people out there, but for me, sometimes making things is easier for me to share with my sisters than just going and visiting. I have really bad anxiety. That is something that I am working on. I actually, not to offend anybody, but I didn't believe in anxiety. I thought that it was something that you could just get a grip, control it. And I guess one day the Lord said, Kay, we're going to teach you that it's not that simple. And so for the past few years, I have been struggling with anxiety that it completely shuts me down. There are times that I just can't even function. It gets so bad, my panic attacks and my anxiety. And I know that the Lord is trying to teach me because I literally didn't believe they existed before I had family who claimed to have them. And I would just be like, okay, well, get a grip. And it was awful. I wouldn't say that to him. I would just think it. But now I'm learning that you can't just get a grip. And so my anxiety kicks in and I talk and I ramble like I am right now. And so I don't like visiting because of that too, because I will literally ramble on about the same thing over and over and over, and it annoys me, so I know it annoys them. And so sometimes it's just really hard for me to get out and minister. So sometimes it's easier for me to just make something and take to them. And I'm not talking about goodies all the time. Sometimes goodies are really nice. But I'm talking about other things too. For instance, in my next video, I want to share a book that I put together a few years ago, and I randomly add to it, and I take it to my ministering families for a conference. And it is just a conference book, and I know you can get them at Deseret Book and stuff, but this one is more for their kids, and it's got coloring pages, and it's got the little bingo, conference bingos, which is something that my mom always did when I was a kid 40 years ago. And it's got some pages that I have put together that I want to share. And so for conference, I will take those around. So this month, I'm going to be taking those around to my ministering sisters so that they have them ready for conference. And then next month, and I don't do something for every month, but this just happened to fall 2 months in a row. We like to put together little kits that are all edible if the kids want to eat them. No, they're not healthy, but they are fun, and usually they don't eat them, but some kids do. And so we get the little green Easter grass, and I'll do a video on that too when I get everything for it bought. I haven't got it bought yet this year, but we'll get the little green Easter grass that's edible, and we'll get Oreo cookies, and I'll grind those up so they look like sand, and we just do a bunch of things, and like I say, I'll do a video. And then they can make the tomb for the resurrection for Easter. And then I'll put a little verse about Easter with that. So that's just some things that I feel comfortable doing because it makes me, it's fun for me. And I know some of my sisters have really appreciated it. Some of them I don't know if they have or not, but I think that it gives the whole family something to do during conference that will pull the little kids into maybe having a little bit more interaction and enjoy conference a little bit more, you know, because they've got the coloring pages, they've got the conference bingo, a couple of different games, and like I said, I'll do that in my next video. I'll show that, but it's just, I want to keep each video pretty short, down to 10 minutes. I don't know if that'll happen, but 10 or under. But I just really want to give some ideas for those who feel like I do when they're doing ministering. You know, some of us are awesome. They just get out there and they do, and they're those fun-loving people that everybody just loves and adores, and they're just amazing. I'm not one of them. I'm one that struggles. And I'm not a fun person. I would love to be, but I'm not. I'm more of a strict, set in her ways person. And so these are ways that it helps me be able to minister and feel like I'm doing something helpful also. If anybody has ideas, please, I would love to hear them. I know I can't be the only one that feels like I am a failure at ministering and a bother to people. I would love to hear your ideas. I really, really would. Send them in the comments. Let's make this a fun thing to help our sisters feel loved, to help our sisters maybe break out of their box, those who are feeling like me, that just feel like, oh, I'm just a bother to everybody. So if anybody has ideas, I want to keep this loving and kind. So please, no preaching. Just kindness and helpful things. And we'll just move forward as sisters. And I hope that this helps somebody. So, okay. I love you all. Please reach out in the comments and let us know what you do for your ministering that just helps you get through it and makes you feel like you are helping. Okay, thank you.